Hello everybody, it's 6th of April and it's officially spring here now in Stockholm, Sweden, Northern Europe. We have a nice Scania G440 2012 or something like that. This is not the one with the loud turbo, but this turbo is also pretty darn loud. And we got some annoying warning messages, EBS, ABS problems on the trailer. So there's some sort of problems with the connections there. I guess somebody maybe drove off without it being connected fully, and then the cables snap, you know. You can also see here there's some tape on the VBG cable, which is for the lights. So I guess somebody did that. I am guilty of that one time on the other company. It's not really fun. I did crack the airline cable. Luckily I had a connection sitting here, so I just put that on, but I didn't have any tools and I didn't have any straps. Luckily, even though it was like 10 o'clock in the evening, really late, there was a guy there, like a worker with the tools in his car. So I borrowed some straps, I borrowed a hose cutter, and I cut the hose. I put the adapter in because, you know, the hose was like torn apart to the side, so you have to have it cut straight. And then I put it in and put the plastic straps on, and then when I arrived I told the company and told them like it needs proper straps. Right now there's just plastic straps. And this EBS, that is this connection which you put in and you can push it in like that, and that is just for the brake regulation, I think. So some sort of emergency brake system now. I don't know what EBS stands for exactly, but without the EBS, if you push the brakes now, the trailer kind of brakes like if it was fully loaded. It like doesn't sense how much load you have. So there's a big difference in driving with the EBS error and with it off or yeah, working. So here I want to release the gas really early because we have a red light here. It usually turns red all the time. Start engine braking, and there it goes red. Full engine brake, and retarder, now it's automatic because the switch is on. So yeah, some of you have been asking for full day of work videos, and that's pretty hard for me to do. And oh, by the way, I haven't made so many vlogs as you may have noticed because I'm feeling a little bit sick. Maybe you can hear it on my throat as well. Usually I feel sick because of my shoulder pains, like I have inflammations, muscle knots, constant pain in my shoulders. But now I'm feeling like I got some sort of flu, but it's not really breaking out. It's not getting worse, and it's not getting better. It's strange. When I wake up I usually feel great, and then when I eat breakfast I usually feel bad. Like when my stomach starts to work and do its thing, it gets worse. But full day of work, it's nothing special in this job, because now I kind of really like this job. I know I said I was gonna change job, and I definitely am gonna do that. Like I can't be doing this like more than maybe 1 year, then I'll get really sick of it, because it's the same destinations like over and over, as I've told you many times, I think. If you don't know, I drive from southwest of Stockholm to... Wow, I was close to that scooter. Whoa, chaos, what's going on here? Total chaos. So yeah, I'm driving from southwest of Stockholm down by like Kungens Kurva, there Masmo, Vårby. I drove from there and I drive over here southeast. I take this beautiful country road over here, and then usually when I'm loaded up I'm too heavy to go with the same road back because you have a bridge there. So I take this highway road through Stockholm city. Or it's not through Stockholm city, but you pass like right underneath the city in the Southern Link tunnel. And I'm gonna try and show you this whole trip now back, like cut out the traffic driving and boring parts, and also so I can rest my head a little bit because this camera is pretty heavy. And then I'll edit it all together, a nice vlog for you guys. So also please don't forget to check out all the adverts. Maybe you see something you wish or like. Sorry, I'm a little bit tired today. I woke up 3 hours before my alarm and then I couldn't sleep. Freaking typical when you work evening shifts starting from like 2 o'clock whole evening. Really boring like that. At least that's what I like about this job, is, you know, there's no stress really. There's very rarely stress. So that's very nice. And because I'm driving the same destination over and over, I know the roads without having to look at the GPS. The only reason I look at the GPS is for traffic, how the traffic is like, if there's been an accident or something. And when I'm driving the same destination over and over, I can just, you know, listen to some podcasts or listen to some teachful YouTube videos from like Mick the Vegan, for example. Learn lots of great stuff. I really recommend that channel. And when I'm loading, it's so simple to just load. You just take a pallet, you put it in the truck. You take a pallet, you put it in the truck. You do that 48 times because you have 48 pallet places. Sometimes you have to also double the pallets on these bulks, put them on top. Let's put the speedo here to 80. Now we're in 62. And let the truck do its thing. No gas, no anything. So then I can also just listen to any podcast or whatever and just load and just be in my own world. I don't have to talk to anybody. Or if I want to feeling lonely, I can just call somebody. Hopefully they're feeling chatty as well. You just gotta stay positive. Like at first I just hated this job, doing the same thing over and over. But like I always do, I always find some way to make it feel nice or think positively about the job or stuff. And that way I succeed and I'm happy. Like sometimes I might get dull feelings and feeling low, feeling blue, but then I just quit thinking about negative thoughts. It's really, your mind works in a really interesting way. I have seen lots of documentaries and stuff on this. You can actually form your brain to whatever you want. Like if you have ADHD or some sort of psychological disease or whatever that's called, you can actually change that. You can actually like change the form of your brain just by planting new thinking lines in your brain. So like you have these lines, kind of, how to say, not like literally lines, but like you're thinking in a particular way all the time. Your brain learns to think in a particular way. So if you stop that and you start changing your thinking, like really put effort in changing your thinking, the way you think about things, and just resonate in different ways, then you can change these lines, not literally lines in your head, but lines of thinking. You change it to a new line, and you start a new habit of thinking, and that way you actually physically change the form of your brain. Like inside here, you change the way your brain is shaped. I'm not kidding, this is new science, you know. It's we're living in very exciting times, you guys. Lots of new technologies and science and research coming out all the time, and I just love learning about it all. Like if I were to live now in 50 years ago, when there was no like computers or stuff like that, it's just, oh boy, it's totally different nowadays. This is like the best era to live in, I think. I don't know how the future is gonna be like, but compared to the history, we're freaking lucky. We should be happy. I don't know why there's so many unhappy people, but we should all just really be very happy to be living in this luxury world we're living in right now. Look at all these cars, for example. They were not available 50 years ago. No, we had horse and carriage, and you had to walk or bicycle or ride the horses. Really interesting. I love watching documentaries and stuff, learning new stuff. Truck is gonna wanna overtake us. I can see he didn't switch behind us, and I understand him. I would do the same. I'm freaking heavily 28 tons of load right now, so yeah. And he just has a small trailer on the back there, probably empty or something. And now we're up in 80, and before the hill we want some speed here. I think would be nice, but you're not allowed to exceed 82 kilometers an hour, so I don't know. Oh, and then that guy turned in here. Look how close that is. That's so crazy. We have 4.5 meters height here. Always when I'm watching these 4.5 meter high trailers go under the bridges, it's like, wow, so close, you know. It's like half a decimeter. Sometimes it's even scratches. You can see scratch marks on like all the bridges here in Sweden. Ah, you see now, because I pushed it like 82 kilometers an hour before the hill, now I can make it without shifting down the gear, and that just saves a lot of fuel. That's not working. I can't see the weight of the trailer in this computer. I can only see the weight of the truck. The truck says it weighs 25 tons, and I bet you the trailer should be wait, what? 25 tons? Oh no, yeah, the trailer should be way more, probably like 28 tons. So that makes our total weight about 54 tons or something like that. So now I'm going in this downhill in 70-75 kilometers an hour. It's perfect eco driving, because then you just roll up to 80. You don't have to brake. Although I love these Scania brakes where you have the retarder set to automatic, and you just tap the brake like now. I tap the brake and I release, and the truck doesn't go above that speed. It's so simple. Like, truly, all of these small things in trucks, which makes everything so much simpler, is just so appreciated. I love it. Like the Mercedes, they also have this speed reduction thing, but you gotta like work this really strange lever, like put it to your speed, and it's very complicated. And also the gearbox is way over here. Now I don't mind the Volvo gearbox being down here, because You guys can so easily switch from manual to automatic. Pop it down to 11th gear with 75 kilometers an hour. Yeah, you can so easily switch, you know, from manual to automatic and switch with the gears up and down in automatic mode. But on the Mercedes, you have the gear shift here, and then you have the manual automatic button here, which you have to press really hard on the side, like especially with your thumb. That's just, you know. I wonder how DAF and Ivecos and MAN trucks are. If any of you driving a DAF or an Iveco or a MAN, please tell me, do you like the layout? Please tell me. I always wondered about those trucks, and now it's starting to rain here. How cozy, you guys. I love when it rains. I love to truck drive when it rains, although it's so freaking windy out today. I don't know if you can hear this wind slamming on. It's really windy. It's really nasty weather today. So we had beautiful weather last week, and the beginning of this week we had beautiful weather, like sunny all day, every day. And now I think 3 days ago this shit weather started. Yeah, hopefully it will get better soon. But when it rains, I don't mind it. As long as I'm inside or stuff outside, it's also, as long as you have like good jacket, I don't mind the rain outside either. Although when you're driving restaurants, like in this job, like you're unloading outside, oh damn, I freaking hate doing the job in the rain, because it's so dangerous. It's so freaking slippery on the tailgate lift. You know, there was actually one time I dropped a whole pallet full of juice on that food grocery job where we drive food. That was very nasty, man. What was it happened now again? I don't really remember. I think it was, oh yeah, I put the pallet on the tailgate lift of the trailer. I was in the back of the trailer, and I was gonna lower it down so the store could like take it and pull it in. But when I was gonna lower it down, for some reason my brain just malfunctioned and I pressed tilt down instead of lower down. So I tilted down the tailgate lift, and because there was a plastic pallet full of juice, like almost a ton, 1 ton of juice, you know, on a plastic pallet. And on plastic it slides really easily, and and it was pouring down rain, so the tailgate lift was very slippery. So, you know, I reacted like, wait, what am I doing? And I stopped and I tried tilting it upwards, but it was just too late. I just saw it slided right away down, and as I was tilting it upwards, it went like on the edge, like it was so close that maybe I could have saved it, but you know, it slided so fast. Actually, I think it wasn't so close, but oh shit, that was nasty. And the pallet fell like in the wrong side, like you know, up down, upside down, straight into the asphalt. Splash, juice everywhere. And then we had lots of cleaning up to do, and I got a little bit of overtime, I think, because of that. And I also did another mistake that same day. I think I drove into this really small gravel road accidentally, because I followed the GPS. The GPS said I was gonna go from Kista to south, like from Kista to south, and you have to go down and you have to go up again on the highway if you're a truck and trailer high. But the GPS suggests the way through, and there's a small bridge there. It's too small, you know, for my truck. So when I arrived there, I was like, shit, what am I supposed to do? I couldn't turn around. I couldn't do a U-turn or like reverse and then turn around. It was impossible, because you just had a straight small road, and then turn to the right and there was the bridge, and then to the left you have this gravel road, and there was cars coming all the time there, which would have been really tight and really dangerous to try and make a U-turn there. So I chanced it. I drove onto the gravel road. I thought, what the heck, you know, usually a tip is to disconnect the trailer and just go with the truck first, check it out, see if you can find any reversing place, then go back, take the trailer, and then you turn around. Because it's not fun when if you like driven all the way on that gravel road and there is no place to turn around. Then it's not fun, and then you have to reverse with the trailer all the freaking way back. That's not fun. So it's kind of worth it just disconnecting it, driving in with the truck first, and checking it out, and seeing like, oh, here maybe I can turn around, and then you go back, disconnect the truck, trailer, and then you turn around there. Wow, how nice! What is this? There's no traffic here. There's usually always traffic here, loads and loads. But you can see here they have warning signs, like 50 kilometers an hour warnings, and there. Oh yeah, there's the working. It's working on this truck at least. They have a button here for the side warning, like going over the white line warning. But luckily for me that time I found a big parking lot so I could turn around there. But you couldn't see it from like when I entered. Oh, I should have started help braking a lot earlier. Now I have to push the regular brakes. And yeah, that time when I was about to crash, I don't know if you have seen that video I recently put up, near crash. Jeez, that was so bad of me. You really learn from your mistakes. From now on, I'm never gonna do it like that. But you know, as I said on that video, when I started help braking, that truck is really weird. That new 2015 Scania G450. It like doesn't really engine brake properly. It like revs up and then it's like, wait, this is wrong. Well, let's take a lower gear, and it's like confusing. I don't know what they've done to that gearbox, but it's just retarded. Sometimes, most of the time, it's really good. But I think if you pull the lever too fast, it like doesn't have time to think. So then I got disturbed by that. And then the car just came up so quickly. I was driving so fast. I was driving 60 kilometers an hour, the speed limit, you know. It feels like the door is open. I feel noise coming. Right, now we're entering the Southern Link tunnel. Why did I engine brake there? Here's the traffic. Jeez, these warnings are so annoying. Every time I brake, they come up. Right, so I think I'm just gonna cut this part out. I'm just gonna drive through here, enter the big road, and then exit out of the tunnel on the other side. Ooh, it's cold in here. I'm gonna put on the circulation, pump up the degrees, 24 degrees. I set it 20. It was pretty cool. Yeah, this is fun. But I think it's quite relaxing to drive in traffic. It's really quite relaxing. Just keep your speed so you don't have to brake and gas so much. I mean, keep your distance, what I'm saying, so you can keep your speed. this thing I talked about earlier about people not being happy. And I think most of the reason is social media and all the information, all the mobile phone usage, the lack of sleep people get, I guess, because of that, and all the stress, like modern day problems, which are so easy to fix. It's like, how stupid can we be, really, to stress so much that we feel bad? Oh, there we see lots of traffic. This is why it's so good to look far ahead. You can see traffic all the way over there. But this is just this hill, and then it goes away. It's just because people are retarded. They can't flow together. They just break, you know, domino effect, and this traffic forms. But so yeah, I think you all should quit your social media if you have problems. That is, like, I don't know. I don't like it at all. I don't think social media is good at all. It's just so freaking bad. Because it just destroys the human contact, like the natural human contact. Like, you're supposed to put out all your freaking information on Facebook, like every single thing, every school you've been to, every work you've done, every girlfriend you've been together with. You're supposed to put it, everything, like your whole life, put it in a computer. Why would you do that? It just destroys the purpose, like, of when you finally meet a person and then they're like, oh wait, I know everything about you already, there's not much to talk about. And it just puts this pressure on you all the time. You see your friends, they have some nice pictures, lots of likes. Compare them with yourself. It's just really hard being happy with social media. So I use Instagram. Yes, you have an Instagram there, but I don't really care so much about that. It's just mostly the pictures are mostly for my personal, for me personally. Like, I like to save like some moments so I can remember that. I can just, if I feel bored, I can just go into my Instagram and I can just check out some good memories, you know, and I can just, if I'm feeling low, I can just get some nice positive thoughts from that. So now we're driving away from Stockholm, southwest. We were driving up from the southeast towards Stockholm. Now we're driving down, way down again. So it's quite a detour. But you know, if you're driving a car, it takes about the same time because you can drive so fast on the highway. Man, I'm talking about so many different things. It's really hard to keep track of things I'm talking about. That's why I don't like so much doing vlogs. Really, I just like recording once in a while, like relaxed truck driving. Because really, that's one thing I've always been like that. I like to have peace, you know. I like the nature. I like to just go out by my own and just enjoy the calmness, being by myself, and just philosophizing, thinking. Oh, I hate driving, overtaking these buses because they never check their side mirrors. Like, you see him there, he's just looking straight ahead. Now he's going into my lane a little bit. I freaking hate overtaking them. Now it's like, oh, there you are. Whoa, he's driving slowly. Slowly and swirly. Look at that. Probably checking his phone. I like to have some peace sometimes, because I just enjoy the calmness in my mind. It feels nice. I feel I'm like an enjoyment I get. I enjoy it, you know. I really do. So that's why also I like driving trucks with no radio, no vlogging, just driving, just listening to the engine sound and just the peace, and just watching life, trying to avoid all the idiots on the road, keep the good distance and stuff like that. So that's why I like also this job. It's so peaceful, just by yourself. It's really nice. But I do not like sitting for so long though, which I'll probably mention in a few comments on my videos. I don't like to sit for, I know for a fact also it's bad for us humans to sit more than 13 minutes without going up and moving your ass. Because, I don't know, it just increases like risks of diseases, I think. And it's bad for your muscles and stuff. You can get problems because of that. Oh, this is the worst, when you have the sun and you have it raining and it just blinds you up. Wow, it's so bright. I can't see shit. It could have been a lot worse if the sun would burn straight ahead. Then it's like, whoa, oh, that's dangerous. That's crazy. Switch to the truck lane here because they're rebuilding, so apparently this should be the lane all the trucks drive. Look at that, I love this, when you have the sun and you have the wet and it just looks so cool, like with all the white water blowing off from the tires. Really cool. So yeah, my senses, I don't know about you guys, but my senses are really good. I can smell lots of different smells which people usually don't. Like when I say, can you smell this? They don't smell it. And I have a great balance. Like I can easily learn skateboarding and stuff like that. I don't know, I just have increased senses, I think. Although my hearing can be a little bit bad sometimes, because it's or before it was way worse. Oh, it's getting better actually. Maybe because I'm vegan. But that just really helps when truck driving, like having good senses, so you can feel the truck and you can feel your speed. You can just enjoy the truck driving a lot more, because you can, maybe the way you think and the way you see things, you understand how things works better. It's pretty complicated and hard to explain. And also I've been trying to decalcify myself from floor. I don't use floor, and I try to filter the water, the tap water. Because I read that in Sweden they've stopped putting floor in the waters because it's forceful medication. It's force medication, you know, they're forcing us to intake this substance, which is just so unethical. So they stopped doing that. I've read now on the Vattenverket, which is the authority for the water in Sweden. I read that they no longer add floor, or just, I think they no longer, I'm not so 100% sure, but they wrote like there's still lots of floor in the water systems like everywhere, because it can't just go away, you know. We reuse water and stuff, but the more they filter it, I guess the more it should go away, but it's still, you know, stuck in the lines everywhere. So we're still having fluor in the water, but it's better than before at least. So really interesting stuff I'm learning all the time from YouTube or internet, but you shouldn't believe all of it, of course, and I don't even believe you can decalcify yourself, but that's why I'm trying it, because I want to see if I can feel better, like avoiding fluor. Like I don't have any fluor toothpaste anymore. I used to have that all the time before, and I try filtering my tap water. And I'm trying to avoid these plastics, but that's not really having to do anything with fluor. It's just these microplastics. It's messing up your hormones. I hope that wasn't too hard of a break. Hope the pallets in the back are alright. Oh, what a roar! There we go. New Loca Crush is out, by the way, you guys. Apple flavor. Really want to test that out, man. It's interesting, but I don't recommend Loca Crush at all, because that's sugar, and I don't know what weird freaking shit they put in that Loca Crush, but I feel pretty bad in my stomach after drinking it. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a like, check out the adverts if you wish, and stay well, take care.